All right, quick video. It's been a while since I've put anything on YouTube, but my last trip, I forgot to do something, and I figured I'd share that with everybody. So what I forgot to do is when I trailered the bike and tied it down, I forgot to have it in neutral. Okay. Why that's important is because when you're going down the road and the bike is going back and forth like this, it puts a lot of wear and tear on the components that are engaged, and you develop problems. Okay, so one of the problems I developed here, I'm going to grab this piece here. I've already taken it apart and took care of the problem, but I just wanted to show what had happened. All right, so what had happened is, and this was an easy fix. Fortunately, I didn't destroy anything, but it was certainly a wake-up call. So what happens is this piece will sit here like inside there, but you can see this new groove I have in here. And what happened is, because I had this in gear and the whole time this thing was going back and forth, it worked up this shear pin that is in here. Okay, so oh, I'm sorry, you couldn't see that, but this shear pin was sticking clear up here, barely in, and it didn't fall out, which was a good thing. I think the plastic shield was taking care of a lot of that. But when I got home, it didn't want to roll, and I found that this was sticking up quite a ways. And I had to take the seat off just so I could have a direct line of impact with that. But I had to pull the shear pin all the way out, make sure the hole was completely lined up, because it was just barely in there. So I pulled that out, and I used this little punch here just to make sure that the hole is lined up, and then I tapped it back in to where it's flush again. So fortunately, that is the worst of my problems when it comes to the bike so far. Just got to remember to take it out of gear when I get ready to go, because in this particular instance, the reason why it was in gear is because I drove it up onto the trailer instead of pushing it where I normally have it neutral. So lesson learned. Share this little bit of nugget with you. Hopefully you don't make that same mistake. Trailer, tie it down, make sure it's in neutral before you take off, and you shouldn't have that problem. All right, until the next time, I'll talk to you later. Bye.